Hey, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Fake Therapy, where you're here with me, your host, Maria Womack. So good to have you back. So glad to have you listening. Today, I feel, well, at first, I woke up and I was feeling really tired and I was feeling kind of cranky. And I just, in general, did not feel like getting ready for work. It sounded so daunting. Just one of those days. Just wanted to eat my breakfast and just like go chill somewhere, which I obviously couldn't do. I had to go to work. I didn't have a good enough reason to skip work or anything, So just one of those, I'm so tired kind of days. So I was in the mindset of like being tired and that maybe I could leave work early if the day prohibited it. But yeah, I got to work and I don't know. It was just one of those days where like my one coworker that's usually super positive she just came in with low energy and I knew right away there was something wrong. Just something off about her. And just asked her if she was okay and she was just like first she said she was just tired and not feeling well. But then she was like talking about how she was having trouble breathing. And then moments later, she was talking about how sad she was today. And she started crying. Okay. So there was that. And then my other coworker was in a bad mood because she was just saying that she has not been getting any sleep at all. So just the combination of the two, I was just like, today is not a good day for me to be in a bad mood right now because there are other people in a bad mood. So I feel like I need to be the one to like even it out a little bit and maybe just like be like the happier one. It's my turn to be the happier one so that these people can maybe like have their bad day a little bit. Cause, especially my very positive coworker, she's usually very positive, like I said. So she never gets the chance to like be the negative one. So we'll let her have her negative day. I think that's okay. So I'll just hold back my negativeness for today and I'll, be the supportive one. That's okay. So that just kind of like, I'm not going to like baby her or like be on her case or anything. I am just going to even the mood of the environment by just being like, okay, I could get it together a little bit today. It's just, I'll just make it not about me today is what I'm basically trying to get to. So that kind of like inspired me a little bit to be in a better mood today. And that was good for me and for everybody to just like, I guess not be negative. And eventually I, got it together and I wasn't feeling so tired. I stayed my full shift and everything was pretty good. So that's how I'm feeling today. Basically content, pretty good. Yeah. In other breaking news, a lot of you may already know, but I haven't really talked about it here much. Exciting news is that I am expecting, and by that, I mean I am having a baby. And by that, I mean I'm pregnant right now with my very first baby ever. Oh my gosh. I can't believe I'm saying that. I've said it a million times, but I haven't said that on here. And yeah, it's like a very happy time for me. Yeah, I'm feeling very happy. I'm feeling really good about it. I don't know. I feel like I have told some people since we've last spoken, and I've gotten all kinds of reactions. Some people are like surprised that motherhood is in my wheelhouse of things that I wanted to do with my life. I also think that now, like, me and my friends are approaching like our late 20s and stuff like that. And a lot of people I know are choosing not to have kids or just don't have kids. And I don't really talk about that a lot with people that I'm not close to. So sometimes it could come as a surprise. Like one person was like, "That's not what I was expecting." And I'm like, I like really don't know what to say to that. But yeah, I have always wanted to be a mom. I mean, I haven't like aspired to be a mom. I'm not like, that's my one calling in life. It's not something that I'm constantly talking about. But I think that if you're close with me, that you know that I've always like wanted to have a kid, and I've always loved children. I love children so much. And I think that there's a part of me that would feel unfulfilled if I didn't eventually do this. So, yeah, you may not know this about me, but I'm actually a very maternal person, and I always have been. In my personality, I'm very nurturing and like taking care of things, and I just love kids. Yeah, my friends would not be surprised that I want to be a mom. Maybe you are surprised, but I guess I don't know. You don't have to be weird about it, I guess. I don't know. That person that said they were surprised, they weren't being weird about it, but I guess they just don't know me very well, and they were like, "Whoa, what?" I don't know. Do I not seem maternal to you? What are you talking about? I'm maternal, okay? I am, I'm telling you. So yeah, this is something that I've always wanted, and I think that I'm gonna be a good parent. I really do. I've always had confidence that I would be, and that may be, like, overly pompous of me to assume that I would. And I know it's gonna be hard, and I know it's gonna be really difficult, and it's gonna be very life-changing, but I just feel like it's something that I'm gonna be good at, and I'm excited to have my chance at it. So, yeah. Basically, I have been on birth control for so long. I was on birth control since I think I was like 16 or 17 when I went on birth control for the first time. My mom was very worried about me getting pregnant in high school. And also, like, Teen Mom and stuff was, very heightened, the TV show. And she knew that I, like, had trouble, being around boys. So she was like, I'm going to get this little girl on birth control. So I did. And I've been consistently on birth control since I was 16 or 17. So that's like 10 years of birth control. About a year ago, I stopped taking birth control because, one, like I said, I eventually wanted to be a mom. Two, I had worries about what long-term birth control would do to my body as far as like it ruining my fertility chances. I was thinking maybe this could like somehow mess my body up to where it would be harder for me to have kids when I was going to try to have kids. So let me go off birth control. It'll feel good to not be committed to a pill every day. So I stopped taking birth control. And it's been maybe about a year that I have not been taking birth control. I have a partner that I live with, that I have a partnership with, that I have sex with regularly. And people are also asking me, like, if I was trying to get pregnant. And to that, I want to say yes and no. Like, I wasn't trying not to get pregnant. But at the same time, like, I've always wanted to be a mom, but childbirth has always been something that's really scary to me. Like, the actual physical, the baby is, like, coming out of my body sounded so scary to me that I don't think me actually planning, okay, let's have sex right now to get me pregnant. Like, I wasn't going to do that. I have kind of manifested this in my head, or even probably like, I think I've probably even said this out loud a few times where I was like, I hope that this just happens to me, and then I don't wanna say have to go through with it, but I'm like, I have to go through with it because I'm pregnant, and I wanted to be pregnant. And, I wasn't gonna, have an abortion or anything if I did get pregnant, because I just feel like I'm at this point in my life where, I have a great partner, my home, I have a good home, a space, and I have the means to take care of a child. So just seems like a good time for me to stop the contraceptives and, just be free of this particular medicine. And my doctor said that that was a good idea. So with her blessing, I just haven't been taking it. And also part of the reason why I stopped taking birth control is because I was on my parents' health insurance and it was paying for the birth control, and now I have to pay for it. So I was like, let me just stop. And I was 26 when I stopped. Now I'm 27 and I am expecting a cute little baby, and I'm very excited. I was late on a period, basically, how you usually find out. I was late by a week. And I don't normally track. It's going to get kind of in detail. I'm going to be very intimate with you right now. I don't normally track my periods, but the last period that I did have, God, this is so gross. I'm saying this. I just had a really gnarly tampon, and I took a picture of this bloody tampon because I thought it just looked so gruesome. So I had 10 pictures of this disgusting tampon on my camera roll. Okay, if you want to know what's on my camera roll, it's stuff like that. Disgusting. I'm not saying that it's not disgusting. Anyway, so I was like, when was my last period? I feel like I'm maybe overdue for my last period, but I'm not sure. But I was luckily able to refer back to the picture I took, and by that little tampon photo shoot, I was late. It's the only reason I knew, basically, and just a feeling that I usually have it by now. So I went to the store and I didn't take them. I bought little pregnancy tests, a pack of 2. I came back from the store and I told my partner, I don't want you to be scared, but I'm late on my period and I'm just going to take this test right now just to feel better about what's going on. And I'm going to go take that right now, okay? And he was like, okay. So I did it, and then it said positive, and I was like, oh my God. And I was like, baby, it says positive. And he was like, he comes to give me this big hug, and I was like, wait, I need to take another test to make sure. So I was like, don't hug me yet. I need to take 2 tests to be sure. So then I took another test, and it said the same thing, positive. And then we give a big hug, and I think we were just both a little bit in shock, because we've never been pregnant before, and it was not really let's get pregnant kind of thing. It was always a hypothetical situation of when I have kids, when I get pregnant, blah, 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 blah. But obviously now's the time. So it's just very oh my God, you're a little bit in shock, right? So I was like, oh my God, I have to make an appointment. So I just made an appointment, blah, 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 blah. But yeah, it was crazy. And I was also kind of worried because I just got back from this trip with my friends where we were in New Orleans, literally getting drunk every single day. So I was like, oh my God, I got to stop this. So that's kind of that's mainly why I've been giving all this talk about how, I'm sober. It is nice being sober. It's a nice excuse to be sober, but mainly I am not drinking, not smoking, because I have a little baby to take care of inside my body. So it's definitely not worth a little smoke and then a little drink. I can give that up. And that's been, the easiest part. So yeah, at that point, my partner knew, and then nobody else knew for a while, which was another thing that I was like having to deal with. So I was like really anxious, very anxious to tell people in my life that I was pregnant. It was like an emotional roller coaster for me, keeping this to myself for a minute. Obviously, I could talk to my partner about it, and it's very happy, very excited talk when him and I talk. It's very positive. There's been like nothing really negative that has come up in our conversation when it comes to this baby coming. We've both been very excited about it. But for some reason, I was like so anxious and like scared to like tell my friends, tell my parents. Yeah, just like the anxiety of like having to tell life-changing news was like, did not feel good. Just having that to myself did not feel good. So like close to when I found out was the overturning of Roe v. Wade. Okay. So like a lot of women had, and uterus carrying people had their rights stripped away, their rights to abortions basically. And, that was a lot of talk within, social groups. That's all people were talking about. People were extremely angry, extremely sad, including myself. Very, very sad, very angry. And so I had just found out I was pregnant in the midst of all of that. Part of me was really anxious and worried about so I've never been pregnant before, okay? I know a lot of people who have suffered the experience of miscarriages. So in my mind, of course, I'm thinking, this could happen to me. I'm no exception to this. So this could happen to me. And now because of the overturning of this law, I could be in danger of having a miscarriage and not being able to have the proper medical procedures to, get the fetus out of me because of it could, it's under the same term as like an abortion, which could be detrimental to my health, like people can die in that situation if, it's not taken care of, things like that. Yeah, or them possibly telling me I was carrying a fetus that would not have a good quality of life. And I would be forced to, carry this this baby that would have zero quality of life. Very sad. I wouldn't want to do that either. So yeah, that kind of like affected me in a bad way of like thinking of all the bad stuff that could happen as far as like miscarriage and, not ending up not having a healthy baby that wouldn't like see life anyway, having to deal with not getting the correct medical procedures that go under the same abortion branch, even though I very much wanted to have a child, Yeah, that was fucking sad to think about. And then too, like, I felt bad. Aside from that, I felt bad being like, everybody, I'm pregnant in the midst of like, there being so many women because of this overturning being put in the position of them being forced to have babies that they don't want, or being forced to give birth in horrible situations because, they can't have access to abortions anymore because of the ruling of their states. And here I am, like, being excited to be pregnant. How dare I? In the most negative mindset, that's how I was feeling. I felt really guilty too, in a sense. Like, how dare I be happy to like have a baby when there are a lot of other pregnant women who are like having to be so sad. And that made me sad. And I would have days where I was like uncontrollably crying over all this. To a point where I was like, dang, I got to think about like not going to work. I'm having like a bad mental health day, like really, really bad. So that sucked. And also, yeah, so like everybody knows about the overturning of Roe v. Wade, okay? And my mom, like, she like randomly texted me and was like, in regards to that, and she was like, out of nowhere, she texts me. She's like, it's happening. Where you're not going to be able to get an abortion if you need one. You need to stock up on condoms right now. Like, hectically, she was like, you need to stock up on condoms. Like, this is getting really bad. I know it's getting really bad. I know it's bad. But she's like telling me to stock up on condoms. And I'm taking that as like, if I told her that I was pregnant, that she would think that's a bad idea. I'm also like in my first trimester of pregnancy, obviously. And I'm thinking maybe like hormonally, I'm like a little messed up. And it's messing with my emotions very deeply. But it's an emotional thing, in general. I was a wreck. I read that and I like started crying again. Like one of those uncontrollable cries. And I was like, I need to like get myself together before I say something back to her. And she doesn't even mean it like that. She doesn't know that I'm pregnant. Or else, yeah, I don't know. So my partner was like basically the only one that I could like cry to about all this stuff. And like, he was like, why are you so upset? And I kind of had to explain all that stuff to him because it probably looks like I'm like sad to be pregnant when I'm not sad to be pregnant. I'm very happy to be pregnant. But there's parts of like things surrounding it that are just like bad timing. And like, I'm just thinking about a lot of stuff. I don't know. I was like emotional, very emotional, very sad. And he was just like, I think you'll feel better if you like start telling more people, like tell your friends that you're pregnant. Just like share the news so that you're not keeping it to yourself and like having to feel anxious about it. Because that's what's making me sad is that I'm just like making myself so anxious about like delivering news and anticipating that people's reactions will be bad when I don't know that. So yeah. I ended up telling people, and guess what? Everybody was super happy. Oh my God. Everyone was so fucking happy for me that it just like washed away all the worries of like, what will people say? And everyone was just so fucking happy for me. I got nothing negative about my pregnancy. Everyone's just like super happy, super excited for me. And I was thinking, why was I so sad? It made me think, why was I so sad? Really, I was just like building up all this anxiety that made me sad. Once again, a lot of it could have been hormonal. Looking back at it, it seems like hormonal emotion. But it just seemed so silly. Like, I was like, oh, that was so silly of me to be so worried because there's not a single close person in my life that wasn't over the moon happy for me. And I was so thankful for that. My mom was so happy. I called her on the phone. Well, okay, first I told I told my best friends first, you know? One of them was like crying, like sobbing, so happy for me. And she's like, I knew you'd be first. I knew you'd be first. And I was like, oh my God. Okay, this positivity is like exactly what I needed because I was feeling so like cooped up emotionally, keeping it to myself. You know, I really needed to tell people. I'm so glad. I think it was like, I hadn't even been to the gynecologist yet. I think I was like, at that point, I thought I was like a month pregnant maybe. And yeah, she was really happy. Both my best friends were like so happy for me. Then I went to the doctor, and then she told me by that time I was 11 weeks. And I was like, oh my God, I'm farther than I thought, way farther than I thought. I'm like double what I thought. And I was trying to wait to tell my mom because once again, I had miscarriage on my mind very heavily. I don't want to like tell people and then have to turn around shortly after and be like, actually, guys, I had a miscarriage. So I'm sorry for like putting you through thinking that there was going to be a new baby in our lives, which who fucking cares? Because they should be sorry for me. Like I would be going through that the most. Okay. So if you're in that situation and you're feeling like you have to apologize to people for having a miscarriage, that's crazy. That was crazy of me to think. Okay. But I was like, I'm just going to wait to tell my mom when I'm like a little farther along. So I told her when I was like, 11, 12 weeks, I guess. And I told her on the phone, and then my dad was there too. My mom was like so happy. She was just happy. Yeah. There was no hesitation of her happiness, which was such a relief because, I don't know. I don't know why I was so sad and so anxious about telling people. My dad was a little in shock. My dad was kind of like, what? My daughter has sex? What? She's been with her partner for 10 years and she has sex? What? He was like a little bit, a little speechless, which I can take speechless, you know, that's okay. Overall, he wasn't like not happy. And then my sister was happy, and we told my partner's mom and his nana and his aunt, and his mom like cried too. Oh my God. Like everyone was just so happy. So there was no reason to like anticipate negative reaction because everyone's reaction was good. So my advice to you is if there's anything that you're anxious about telling big news about, just do it. You have to do it. And even if there was negative reaction, who cares anyway? If you're happy about it, then just be happy about it. And even if I had people that were like, what? Are you sure that's a good idea? I could just be happy anyway, you know? Whatever. I'm like obsessed with pregnancy right now. I'm like so into learning about what my body can do. I love going to the doctor. Every time I go to the doctor, it's so nice. I look forward to it. Which I used to not like going to the doctor, but I like going to the women's center doctor a lot. It's really fun for me. And the way people have been treating me since I've been pregnant has been like so nice. Everyone's just been so nice to me. And I don't know why. That's not what I was expecting. Yeah, people are just so nice and so kind. And I'm just like, thank you guys. Thank you so much. I'm just like feeling like a queen the way people are treating me in a way that I've never felt before. Yeah, people just want to like take care of me and like ask me how I'm doing. And I don't know, I feel very spoiled. Also, like ever since I told my mom, like I never talked to my mom on the phone or like text her very often, but ever since she's known that we're having a baby, we talk like all the time regularly, and it feels really good to be closer to her. It really does. And it's not like she's only asking about, like, the baby. She's, like, asking about me too, and I feel closer with her, which feels really good. I feel like this is kinda, like, bringing my family together in a positive way, which I'm very happy about. Um, yeah, that's all great. And now that I was gonna say, now that I'm not feeling so emotional, I have a little bit of, like, emotional days, but nothing to where I'm, like, held back, sobbing uncontrollably. I haven't had a day like that in a while. But, yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling strong. And I'm trying to stay active. I was not very active my first few months because I was so, 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 so tired. Um, but now I'm kind of, they say in your second trimester, which was where I am, you're in your golden era of pregnancy where you're supposed to feel pretty good and like more like your normal self, which I do. Also showing a little bit more. My belly is kind of kicking in, I guess, depending on who you are. I feel like if you knew what I looked like before, you'd be like, oh yeah, like she's definitely showing. But some people I've like told I'm pregnant and they're like, where? But I swear, my belly is popping. It's not like huge, 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 but I definitely have like a little baby belly. And it's very cute. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm not throwing up or anything that I was expecting to be feeling like. I guess before I was pregnant, I associated pregnancy with just like throwing up all the time and feeling like you're on your period the whole time. That's what I kind of imagined, but no, like not really. No, I feel pretty good right now. Yeah. And like my work has been pretty good about it. They're just like, if you need to like cut down on your hours or if like you need anything, please let us know. And I'm like, no, I need to work. Because I don't get paid maternity leave, which is something that I'm a little concerned on. But I'm just going to save my money. Like right now, see my nails. If you're watching the video version, you could see my nails. Like usually I have really beautiful nails. I have very bare, normal nails right now. And it's because I'm trying to save money. And when I'm budgeting, I can budget. I could be a budget girl. I just have to put my mind to it. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now. That's fine. I could do my own hair, that saves me some money. Yeah. So that's maybe like the only part that I'm like maybe stressing about a little bit. But even then, it'll be fine. I can do it. So yeah, I'm just super happy. Very happy. And I'm glad that everyone's happy for me and checking up on me. Thank you so much for all those people that have like just shown excitement for me and congratulated me. That has meant the world to me. Because like I said, I was like anxious to tell people. Anyway, along with all this, of course, I'm like having to picture, or not even being forced to picture, but I'm kind of in this like fantasy mindset. And I say fantasy mindset because this might not match the reality of like what will actually happen, but it's like there's time had to think about what kind of parent I'm going to be and like what I would do in like certain parenting situations. I'm just like trying to imagine all this stuff. Let me take some water really quick. Oh yeah. And also, since I've been pregnant and have been going to the doctor, I've been drinking a gallon of water a day. So right now I have a big gallon jug of water that I fill every single day. I bring it to work every day, and people are so amazed that I drink this much water. They're shocked and like slightly disgusted that I drink all of this water in one day. which is kind of annoying at some points because you find out how many people are disgusted by water, and it's not good. It's actually easier than you think. A gallon of water a day, that's the ticket, honestly. I've been doing that, and I've been feeling really, really good. And I think it's supposed to help me whenever I go into like the labor part of it. I'm trying to make that as easy as I can. That and my physical activity I need to stay on top of. I've been doing Pilates for pregnant people, yoga for pregnant people, walking for like 30 minutes. I rode my bike for the first time in a while, and that was really nice. It's bike weather, everybody. It's bike weather. It's so nice. I'm so excited. So yeah, I'm going to keep trying to do that and maybe like be more regular about it. I probably exercise, honestly, maybe like 3 times a week on average, I would say. Sometimes I do maybe 5, which is really good. But I would say on average, maybe 3. I could step it up to 4 or 5 though, of at least taking a walk every day. But also like doing hair, I have a pretty physical job if I'm on my feet all day and I'm like pacing around, walking around all the time. So yeah, I just don't want to, I don't know. I don't want to get too unhealthy during my pregnancy. And I'm like craving sweets and stuff. And I don't want to get diabetes while I'm pregnant. I don't want to cause myself to have diabetes. Do you think that if you eat 1 cupcake a day that you can get diabetes? I'm seriously asking. I don't think so though, right? I'm also eating very healthy. I'm eating a very balanced diet. By balanced, I mean I'm eating healthy and I'm eating unhealthy. Just because with pregnancy cravings and stuff, I don't really want to deprive myself too much. Everyone's telling me to enjoy my pregnancy. And that's what I'm trying to do. Enjoy my pregnancy without going overboard, you know? Anyway, I think I got off topic for a second. Okay, talking about how I'm going to like be a parent and handle certain situations. My mom, very early in my pregnancy when I told her, she was like, I think that you should, I can't believe she said this, that you should make a TikTok with your baby and your family, basically encouraging me to have a family TikTok. My mom. Because she's like, the baby's going to be so cute. Like, you're going to have a cute baby. Everyone thinks is saying that. That's so sweet. She was like, you're going to have a cute baby. That baby's going to be so cute, so beautiful. You have to put that baby on TikTok and then you can make money. She thinks it's so easy. Because my mom's like really into TikTok now, and I'm sure she sees a bunch of TikTok families. And that just wasn't in her realm at all whenever I was a baby. So I guess she kind of like romanticizes that, and she wants to live through me, and she wants me to have a family fucking TikTok. What the hell? I don't know. I have a few problems with that. Like, of course I put myself out there, I take photos of myself. I have Instagram, I have Facebook, I do this, I like put a lot of my life out there for consumerism, let's call it, for this time being. And I have no problem with that. But involving a child who is going to be forced to do something and can't give consent to being in content, I just have a weird feeling about that. And I always have with these like family TikToks. Like, I guess it's cute and stuff. I just don't know how I feel about that. And I was like trying to tell her that it's like making your child be like a child star, And she's like, yeah, I guess. And that kind of like made her thinking about it a little bit more. But seriously, I talked to her on the phone and she brought it up twice, like at the beginning and like the middle or end of the conversation. She brought it up again. I'm like, whoa, you're serious about this. It worried me a little bit. Like, I know they're going to be so cute and so adorable, but like, maybe like, baby, it's time to record a TikTok now. Come on, you got to do this before we have dinner. It's weird. I don't know. Maybe when they get a little bit older and old enough for me to be like, hey, do you want to make a funny little TikTok? And then being like, yeah, I do. Maybe, but even then I feel kind of, now that I am expecting a child, I kind of feel weird about like posting my child. Like I said, I post myself all day long, all the time, but it's like posting even an image of a child, of my child, who, can't give consent. There's something off about that to me. I don't care. I enjoy seeing pictures of kids, like for my friends, their children. I genuinely enjoy watching their kids grow up and like the funny things they do and all that stuff. But at the same time, I've seen like, I don't want to call anybody out, but I've seen parents that post pictures of their kids, and I'm like, that's weird that you'd post that. That child would probably be like really embarrassed that you posted that. I can't even get into that, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, just like your kid being everywhere, and then your kid being out in public, and then people recognizing your kid. And then you're like, they're coming up to your kid, and your kid's like, who the fuck are you? I don't know you, but they know you. Does that make sense? I don't know. It's just something to think about. And like, my parents didn't really have social media when I was a kid, so they couldn't do that. But I have a feeling I'm going to have to set boundaries of like, hey, I want to say don't post my kid, but then I'm going to have to tell my grandma, or not my grandma, my mom, not to post any photos of her first grandbaby on Facebook. I feel like that's going to break her heart. But it's my kid, you know what I mean? I'm going to have to tell my mom she can't post TikToks of her first grandbaby. What if my mom just disregards my wishes? She starts her own TikTok with her first grandbaby. She's like, we don't need you. I don't know. I just think that there are boundaries that need to be set, that I have to think about setting. It's up to me and my partner to set these boundaries. But we both talked about, kind of just like maybe holding back a little bit when it comes to posting our kid. But we'll see how it goes. I mean, I'm definitely not going to be post crazy about them, Maybe I'll think about like a post here and there. Something cute of like me holding the baby, or like the back of their head, or like stuff like that. Or maybe when they're like a little baby. But once you like recognize their face and like posting their face online, I don't know. That's when it's kind of like, I could possibly be intrusive, and I just don't know what their wishes are yet. So until they're old enough for me to know what their wishes are, I just want to be hesitant of posting them. I don't know. It's just something I've been thinking about. Something that we both have been thinking about. Me and my partner have. We've talked about it. Yeah. I don't know. There's that online world stuff. TikTok family, YouTube family stuff. I guess there's pressure on me to be a influencer family. It's weird. My mom's like, but you can make money. And I'm like, oh my God, what? I just want to enjoy my baby. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll change my mind, but I don't know. Just right now, the TikTok family thing seems fucking cringy, and I don't want to do that. Another thing that was brought to my attention was I was working in the salon one day, and we listened to the radio, and a commercial came on, and it was a commercial for Viagra. And it's a commercial that comes on like somewhat regularly, honestly. And my coworker was like, I hate this commercial. And I was laughing, and I was like, I don't really mind it. I mean, like, Viagra, go Viagra. I don't know. It doesn't bother me. And she was like, yeah, but like, this is a family salon. There are like little kids that come in here. And I was like, oh yeah. And then I was like, she was like, what are you going to do when your child is like, what's Viagra? And I was like, I don't know. I guess I'll, like, what do I say? I don't know. Am I supposed to be like very explicit, blunt what it is? Or I was thinking of just saying like, it's like what the guys take to help them make the babies. I think that's a nice way to put it. It's like not lying, but it's like kind of rated G version of like telling you what it does, which I guess you don't have to make a baby, but I don't know. It's it's the wordage, I suppose. We'll see. But then I was like, when I was a kid, I always knew what Viagra was, and I don't remember if my mom told me. I feel like she is like, I think her parenting style, she would have told me, like, oh, it like the guy takes it and it makes him hard so they can have sex. I don't know. I feel like she would say something like that. Or even if it wasn't her that told me, other little kids know. And we could have talked about it just like literally in my 3rd grade class or something. And then I could find out that way. So I don't know. I feel like from a young age, I knew what Viagra was. And it was not a big deal. I'm not that tainted. Okay. I came out pretty well. Also, I'm like, I'm a horror fan. I love scary movies and scary movie memorabilia. I have a few homages to some of my favorite horror movies, like in my clothes and in some parts of my decor in my home. For example, I have a picture of Ghostface holding a knife up in my living room, like in the main part of my house. And I'm like, is that kid friendly? Should I take that down? Or will my child be normalized by this image and like not care and love scary movie stuff like me and my partner, I was worried. I was like, do you think that would scare them? I hope not. And then I have to like tell them they can't do that. I don't know. When I was a kid, I was watching scary movies from the time I was like 3-4 years old. I love Nightmare on Elm Street, partly because that was my first favorite scary movie was Nightmare on Elm Street. I watched it as a little kid. My mom said she would like put that on for me, and I would just like sit there while she like took a shower or something, and I would just be like enjoying it. Isn't that so cute? I want my baby to be like that. And I think just by like normalizing it, that they'll be okay with it and they'll know that it's not scary, it's just pretend. And I was thinking if it did seem scary, maybe first we could watch like a behind the scenes, how they do the makeup for the movie, or like how they do the costume, or how they create the scary monster, just knowing that it's like fun art and it's just like theatrical and it's not real. It's to be enjoyed, and it's just a fantasy story. It's all fun and games, little baby. You don't have to be scared. Mommy will protect you. I'm so excited. I'm so happy. I really am really happy. And I feel like the timing of all this just feels really right. I feel like I'm in a good place. I'm in my late 20s. I have a good partner, my long-term partner that I've known and loved for so long. I've always known that I wanted to have a kid with him. Always known that. And I'm finally doing it. I feel so nice. And I can't believe that soon. Right now, I'm halfway through my pregnancy. I'm 20 weeks right now. So another 20 weeks from now, sometime in February, I'm supposed to have my little one. I will officially be the cutest MILF you've ever met. I'm going to be a MILF. I'm going to be a MILF. Don't even try to play. And yeah, I think it's going to be great. I'm excited. I'm very excited. Excited to see what the baby looks like, what they're going to be like, what they're going to like, what they're not going to like. And it's just so many possibilities. It's just like fun fantasizing about like what those possibilities could be, or like what the baby is going to look like. I've been playing around with this app where you like put in the picture of the mom and the picture of the dad, and then it mixes the genes supposedly, and it shows you like what the baby could look like. And we were just like laughing at the picture. I don't know why, because first of all, the hair looked really weird, and it also like kind of looked like my other friend Jake. Oh my God. And then I was like, wait, let me do this with my parents. And I put in my dad and my mom, and I'm like, okay, this is what this app predicts that I was going to look like. And it looked nothing like me in the funniest way. And then I like posted something about it. And then my other friend did hers for herself. And also she has a son, and she did it for her son too. And yeah, her baby doesn't look anything like that. He's here. We know what he looks like. And he does not look like what the app says he was going to look like. Okay. So I'm just going to have to be surprised. I don't know. Me and my partner look very different. So it's like it's an intermingling of genes. Who knows? This baby might not look anything like me. It could look all like him. It could be his twin. Or my twin. Or a beautiful mixture of the two. You really have no idea, but the baby will be beautiful nonetheless, no matter what. Beautiful because they're mine and they're his. And yeah, so exciting. Very happy time for me. Very happy time for me and my family. And soon my own fucking family. So crazy. Where I can make my own rules and do it my way, whatever I feel is right. I feel like I'll be really good at it. And I'm so excited to see my partner as a father that it makes me want to cry, honestly. I think it's going to be so beautiful. So exciting. Can't stop smiling. So yeah, like you said, I'm sorry if this was like way too feminine of an episode, way too maternal of an episode, but it's really overtaking my mind lately, especially because I haven't really talked about it here. But yeah, I'm so interested in knowing about other people's pregnancies too. I don't need any, like, I guess I'll accept the unsolicited advice, but don't tell me what to name my baby, seriously, because I've been getting a lot of suggestions about what to name my baby without me asking, and I don't like that. I had some ideas, and I've told some people, but I think from now on, I'm not going to share my names with anybody else, potential names, until the baby's born. Everyone's going to be surprised. Okay. So, yeah. Oh, God. Life is crazy and beautiful, isn't it? Anyway, I'm in my new MILF era, and it feels really, 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 really good. And I'm very happy, and I'm feeling good, and feeling powerful and strong. And it's making me realize how many eras of life there are. So many versions of me. And now I'm in my version of motherhood, which will never end. I'll always be a mom. So crazy. What will the baby call me? Mom, mommy, mama? Who knows? So much to experience. Anyway, that has been today's episode of Fake Therapy with me. It's good to talk to you and catch you up on what's going on with me. Don't be afraid to reach out to me ever, please. DMs are always open for lovely chat of any kind. And yeah, I love you so much. I hope you're doing good and doing what you have to do to be happy, whatever that is. Yeah. Bye-bye. Take care.